leadership? Well, one of the things that I really strongly believe about leadership, you always hear, are leaders born or they made? A lot of people think leaders are born. I really believe that leaders are made. Our school systems teach math, science, history, English, all the core subjects, and I think leadership is a learned quality, just like you learn math or science. So I'm a big proponent that a young person can learn the qualities about being a leader by shadowing other leaders and trying to follow their footsteps. One of the things that I think that's mostly true about being a leader is know thyself. I mean, you can have all types of studies of different types of leadership, but unless you truly know yourself and you're in touch with yourself and that creative side, you're never going to be an effective leader. Because people don't follow textbook leadership; they follow people, they follow character, and that's what's so great about the arts. Is the arts is one part of our human nature that really teaches us how to be creative and how to really search who are you, what kind of person you are when you design and you create art. I think that's really it's the one thing that's really peeling the onion of exactly who you are, and I think that's the great correlation between art and leadership. Is art is the authentic part of leadership. And the Museum of Outdoor Arts, through their leadership programs like Design and Build and Raise Resolution, in my opinion, are probably one of the best leadership programs in the country. Teaching young people leadership skills and training through the arts. And the Museum of Outdoor Arts is by far one of the most amazing organizations that does just that.
I'm Jackie Kitzelman. I worked at the Museum of Outdoor Arts a number of years ago when we were just developing programs. We decided that the Outdoor Arts Museum provided a wonderful opportunity to do education programs for children in schools and as individuals, to use the Museum of Outdoor Arts as a jumping off place for telling stories, for building things, for architecture, for the human body, studying the human body, for studying the lions in the lion's den. We had a lot of opportunities to do many different things. And we also decided that one of the best things to do would be to teach kids how to build sculpture. This year, when the National Art Education Association has its conference in Denver, there will be 11 sculptures along the light rail starting at Denver International Airport and stopping in Littleton.
Creative thought is using your mind to invent something or do something yourself that no one else has tried, or something that someone's taught you and you bring it to a new level.
That idea, so we started working on it, and we just found that Mary and I were not the creative geniuses in designing these sort of monsters that we wanted as we thought the little kids would be. So we took our idea to a third grade classroom and said, we need you guys to make some of these. And they came up with the rest of the ideas. And then we used the wood and chicken wire, and then eventually polyurethane to kind of create our ideas.
Especially for this project, and especially the part with the book, they were able to look at things that meant something to them, their own, and write them in their own words. And a lot of the people who weren't working just directly on this project wrote poetry for the book, and they were really involved. And I think that by going through and reading the poems in the book and being involved in this project, they were able to express a lot of their frustrations about judgment, about being an adolescent, about their sense of identity, who they are in the world. And I think that, that's a problem that a lot of people have, not just adolescents, but they're really being productive about dealing with it, I think. They're not just letting it build up inside of them and screaming at their teachers.
Standing back in the day all the high schools showed off their art, it was really interesting first to go look at everyone else's art, and then standing back from our specific project and looking at it is pretty remarkable that a group of students so small can come up with not only a piece of sculpture, but every person that would pass it would think something different of it.
So as a public artist, I have seen and experienced the same thing that the Design and Build students go through, with coming up first with a design, brainstorming, coming up with a design, creating a proposal, making a maquette, and then seeing it fully installed on site. And the value of what these students are learning, is very much connected to the professional public art realm.
The location they picked was the site at Broadway and Hamden. It was the Broadway Fountain, which was already a beautiful spot. So when you looked at it, the idea was, how can you enhance this site? That's what they proceeded to do.
The magic of it is that it gives students real life skills that they will take with them for the rest of their life, whether they are future artists, public artists, or they decide to seek a career in architecture, engineering. Maybe there are city planners, maybe they're developing public transportation systems, maybe they're a mayor. These students are collaborating together to make something happen, to make a dream become a reality. Through the process, they were able to go through the stages that students don't usually receive until they're in their junior, senior year of college. And so they had a practical application of this experience, and were not as intimidated when they were assigned in college to create a model, create a proposal, visualize something. They already had done that through Design and Build.
This is so fun. It's a nice chance to connect with kids, and kids in a positive vein. I used to be a counselor at Englewood High School. Now I'm a professor at Arapahoe Community College, and I just can't stay away from working with kids. It's wonderful.
I'm Julie Grzoulis on City Council in Englewood, and I also, my past life though, I was an artist, so I was so glad to be chosen for this project.
Hi, I'm Teresa Harper. I'm an English teacher at Englewood High School. I was invited to participate in this art project by some of my students, and I am so excited. I think creativity is something that we don't have enough time to participate in. I mean, I love to do these kind of things. I'm crafty anyway. I get it from my mother.
I'm the school board president, Mary Donay, and here I am working.
I'd like to say that we've done such a good job suppressing crime in Englewood that we now have time to go out here and do works of art on our normal duty hours. But this is really a super way to get to know some of the teachers and some of the other community members, and especially some of the students. This is really a neat thing to be doing. It's a lot of fun, too.